it's BarberDollTheSlayer. I'm from Long Beach, California. I work at Long Beach Finest. I'm here today at Urban Barber College. I'm gonna be cutting Ahmad's hair. He's gonna be getting a urban quiff. He has really pretty thick, kind of dark hair, so we're gonna kind of keep a lot of his length and lower a lot of this, knock a lot of this weight off. It's just pretty. It's pretty thick, so just kind of thin a lot of this out, bring this up, and just kind of bring it really urban style and just bring him up to date. Okay, today I'm gonna be using the Andis Envy. I really like these because you can cut the hair wet or dry. They cut any hair. They're the next best thing next to Andis Masters to me, like lawnmowers. Make sure you always oil your blades first. You don't want to get any going on. We're cutting hair, not making music. So just flatten the hair down. Once again, I use a nice taper comb. I really like it. It's thick, thin. You know, some. Okay, first we're gonna use the 1.5 guard. Open all the way. Knock off a lot of this weight on the side. Do a lot of flicking. Kind of flick it out. That knocks off a lot of the weight. It's already half blended. When you flick, you get a lot of different lengths, not just a 1.5 open. Make sure you make your guideline here. Don't forget, I'm doing somewhat of a quiff, so I'm going for a sundae bowl, not a soup bowl, a ice cream sundae bowl. Personally, when I cut, I like to knock the weight off first so I can see what I'm working with. It makes it much easier to see visually. Now you know where all your weight is and where you're fading at. Don't make your guideline as strict as possible. Just give yourself a little bit of leeway. I like to comb while I cut due to the fact that you have a lot of leftover hair, excess hair everywhere. So you need to go ahead and brush that off or comb that off so you can see what you're working with. In addition, when you do cut the hair, it's pretty disheveled, shuffled. You need to just kind of lay that down, neaten that out. It gives you something to see, something to look at. So now we have this effect. Okay, we're still using the 1.5 open all the way. We've taken off all of the length. We have the guideline that we need for his top. Now we're gonna go ahead and switch guards. So now we're gonna go ahead and switch to a 1/4 guard. So this is the 1/4, close all the way. So I'm cutting down instead of cutting up. So at this point, we're at the 1/2 guard. That's the 3/8 guard. This is the 1/4 guard that we're using at this point. So right now we're using the 1/4 guard. We're going to close the blade. Lean over some. Like I said, we're cutting down, not up. Most guys, most barbers, most people, they cut up, meaning short to long. We're gonna go long to short today because it eliminates time. It eliminates step. So for those new barbers out here that are, need to learn some new tips, this will be something that you can learn on speed, time, just to take out a lot of those steps that you really do not need to turn a 30-minute cut into a 20-minute cut, or an hour cut into a 30-minute cut. So today we'll be going down. So now we're using the 1/4 guard, close all the way. Lean over some. I say start here at the nape. It's knocking off plenty of weight. Lean over. So we'll be taking off a lot of this length here. You have your first, this is your first point, your 1/2, your 3/8, this is your 1/4. What you do to one side, you have to do to the other. So now we've hit this whole entire 1/4 closed. So this is short. For me, this is the length that we need for the back of his head. The 1/4 up, close. So at this point, we'll go ahead and level up from the close to the next notch. On the envies, you really don't have the marks like you do on the Andis Masters. On the Andis Masters, you have the marks. So for inexperienced barbers, this will be your first notch, closed. We'll be going here to your second notch. Then you continue to fade up into your blend. Make sure you flick the clippers, flick off the hair, because those are giving you those centimeters that you do not have. It gives you the ability to freestyle in your cut. And it eliminates time. That's more than one guard using only one guard. As you go up, you repeat steps. Open, close, open, close. We are in the center now. Center notch. When cutting thick hair, do not be afraid to go into it. It will dissolve itself. It's thick. That's what it does. His hair kind of swings to one side, so we're just gonna kind of go with its natural look. Bring him to life a little bit. So make sure you don't go too high into his top. Try to maintain the effect that you originally had. Try to maintain your guideline. Another notch. And make sure when you're blending, please make sure you are throwing the hair away from you, as if someone was standing next to you that you didn't like and you're just throwing hair on them because they're getting on your last nerves. That's the idea of flicking your wrist on a cut. That is how you get different lengths using one length. Different lengths of a guard, rather. See, this is weight. Leave that. Do not go into that. That's weight. Maintain. Okay, right now, we're just cleaning them off. We're just kind of looking in, seeing what we have left, what our next step is gonna be. Make sure you comb the hair down, flatten it in the style that you want, maintain it, train it. Okay, we're gonna take off a little bit of this length in the back. We're gonna leave the sides for last, but we're gonna take off this weight. Now I'm gonna switch over to the MD. This is one of my favorite combs. I use this one so when you do use it with the hair, you can see the hair that you're cutting. You don't have to guess versus this small black comb. You can't see. When you're trying to do clipper over comb, scissor over finger, any type of handheld, you need to be able to see the contrast of the hair. Black and black go together. Black and white don't. Any type of light color. I'm still gonna use the Envies. For me, I use clip over comb on the thickest spot first. I find the thickest spot first, which is here because we're working on the crown. So this is his thickest spot from his swirl. Take your comb, go up, take the clippers, lay it on, cut the hair. I made my first guy line here inside, so I'm gonna kind of try to stick with that. If possible, get the banana clip, bring it in, and just kind of clip over. Make sure you don't get into any of that. So you only need to kind of deal with this weight. Once again, 3/4, same guard, same technique, open. Go in, take some of that weight out a little bit. I'm going to use the same clip over comb technique for this side. So now we're pretty much done with this fade with the majority of it. Now we're just gonna kind of taper out the back, taper out the side, give him ice pick sideburns, and we'll just kind of go in and thin his top out. Like I said, we're gonna leave this last, leave this for last. I like to start off open like always and cut down. Like I said, you can make the hair shorter, not longer. So just start with it open. Give yourself some space. This is a small taper. Taper should not go way up here. It's just a taper, base of the ear. Now we're gonna go back to the 1/16. This is your first time seeing this. This is the guard that you need, the 1/16 guard. Close it and fade up. Once you've went ahead and knocked the bulk of the taper, gotten your lines and things out, now you gotta go in and balled up. So close, and then just kind of balled up. Slow strokes, small. And if you guys notice, I'm using the corner of my blade, the side, and I'm hitting it sideways. I like to go sideways because it's against the grain, but it gives it a softer cut for against the grain versus straight up. And we're gonna give him the ice pick sideburns down to a point. So just open. See how when I cut it sideways, it took out a lot of that excess weight versus when I cut up, it left like zebra stripes. So now after you're done with the taper, this is Kohl label powder that I'm using. I like this because it's kind of like magic. When you put it on, it just doesn't come off. It just stays on there throughout the cut. It sticks to them. So when the powder sticks to them, the hair can't. It's a lasting powder. Kohl label product. So now I just kind of go straight down. So now I just kind of go straight down. Bring it around, tap it in there. There, clean up the hair. So now we're gonna go ahead and thin out this back some, thin out this top. Just finish up. I like thinning shears. It takes out a lot of the work, a lot of the bulk. Hair Evolution, extra hold gel, I really like it. It's light. It's a soft texture. I like it. I'm gonna use a little bit of Cold Label Premium. I really like it. They have pomade and wave butter, but I like the wave butter because it makes everything shiny. So from here back, we're going from about a 3/4, 1/2, 3/8, 1/4, 1/8, 1/16, 0. Ice pick sideburns, detailed sides, done with the thinning shears, as you can see. Comes right back forward. That's that Hair Solutions gel mixed with that Cold Label product. It gives it a nice gel shine.